Hi, you guys. I've come down with the post-show gunk. Every person in my dance company got sick after the show, I think. So I kind of sound like a man, but it's okay, because I'm going to do a video. Kate gave us a topic this week, and it's about fangirling, which is something I never have really done. I don't know, my mom might contradict that and tell me that I was like totally obsessed with something that I don't even remember now when I was little. But I guess I'll talk about a few of the things that I kind of fangirled over when I was little, and then the things that I kind of fangirl about now, and we'll call it good. Me and every other girl my age, or around my age, within like a 5-year period, I guess, totally love the Spice Girls. They were fantastic. I remember after they broke up, I wanted Rosie O'Donnell, because yes, I watched the Rosie O'Donnell show. I wanted her to get everyone on her show and like force them to get back together. I was very not happy at them, because I think they're awesome. I one time rented the Spice Girls Spice World movie. I rented it and watched it like 15 times one weekend. Who does that 15 times in a weekend? And like my friends and I used to play Spice Girls and pretend to be them, but not really at all. We would just like say who we were, and that was the end of our like playing. We never like sang songs or dressed like them or anything, which is probably good because I was always Scary Spice. Me, do I look anything like Scary Spice? No, I don't have the big old afro hair, though I've always wanted it. I had all their CDs, though I don't anymore. So if you want to send me some Spice Girls lovin', great. I had the unofficial Spice Girl biography, and I would talk about them like I knew them personally, like I was friends with them. Like they would recognize me and like have conversations with me if I passed them down the street. Also, I was in love with Hanson, of course, and I wanted to marry Zach. NSYNC. I was an NSYNC girl, not a Backstreet Boys girl. I totally loved the Babysitters Club. I still to this day own nearly the entire series. It's my goal at some point to find the books that I don't have in my collection and buy them at like junk stores or whatever, and then have a full complete series and then sell them all on eBay. I'm hoping it'll make me rich. I definitely like fangirl over some stuff now, but they're like good things to fangirl over. For example, Blind Pilot, my favorite band ever right now. They're awesome. You should listen to them. They'll probably show up in the suggestions on that side of the screen. They're so great. I love them. Half of them are from Astoria, so that makes them even better. They're all super, super nice. I had like a customer crush on Ryan, the drummer, for a while before I knew who he was, when they were in town before they started the tour they did after 3 Rounds and a Sound came out. He would come in every day and order a coffee and like work on a poster or read a book, and he was just so super nice and super cute, and I would totally like want to be the person who got him his cup of coffee. I would even have his cup of coffee ready when he got to the register from the door, because he always got the same thing. And then I realized I like went to the Blind Pilot concert that was here in Astoria, and I realized that he was the drummer, and I was like, oh, whoops. Katie, who's the girl in Blind Pilot, worked at Coffee Girl for a bit before they left on their current tour, and she's super, super nice. Luke, who's their bass player, lives at the top of my parents' street, and I like grew up down the street from him, and it, like his family has this really cool tree house in their like forest in their backyard. Their music is great. I love them, and I love that their first music video was filmed in Old Red, which is this big red building in Astoria. You should watch it and know that I've grown up looking at that building and Washington on the other side of the Columbia River my entire life. Like, it's one of those iconic things that you would just know. I also fangirl over Coffee Girl, wearing a shirt, repping the Coffee Girl. I'm a little biased because I did work there for nearly 2 years, but Coffee Girl is the best coffee shop. I mean, everyone who works there is great. The coffee is great. I love Cafe d'Arte. The pastries are all great. Mary, our old baker, was amazing, and Debbie, the current baker, is fantastic. The location is awesome. It's in this like 150-year-old, if not older, old cannery building on a pier over the Columbia River. Watching the sunrise there is amazing because you're watching it rise over the hills and then over the water, and it's just so beautiful. And watching the big container ships go by every day and just like hang out there, and they swing around in a circle depending on the tide. It's so cool. And there's like little sail ships that go out, and you can see Washington on the other side. And it's just like foggy days are awesome because it's like you're in the coffee shop, but the coffee shop is surrounded in this blanket of fog. So you're just like in your own little world. Like, it could be creepy if it weren't so awesome. Also, I kind of fangirl over Fort George. This is one of their new stickers for Vortex. I'm so proud of them. They have totally surpassed their 5-year plan goals in about 3 years. They just bought the whole block. They just bought a new brewery system to put in the new building, and they're going to start canning, and the cans of Vortex will be ready by the bicentennial of Astoria in June. They're so great for the community. People come to Astoria for Fort George, and their beer is great. It's so good. I didn't like beer, really. I mean, I would tolerate it at parties and I'd drink Yingling and stuff. Fort George beer is fantastic, and all of it, even the stuff that I don't really care for, I know that it's good beer. I'm a Quick Whip girl, which is their Belgian wheat beer, but I'm kind of turning into a hophead. Understandable, since I'm from Oregon, and we're all hopheads here. So IPAs and Vortex are kind of becoming my new favorite. I have a mug. I paid $85 at the beginning of the year for a 21.5-ounce mug. So when I go in, I can get that filled for the same price as a 16-ounce pint. And I mean, even though I moved 6 months ago, I'm glad I did it. It probably paid for itself before I moved. I think I'll probably buy another mug next year. That's how much I love Fort George. I am willing to spend $85 for a mug when I don't even live here anymore. I can't wait until they get their cross-state lines or whatever permit they have to get, because the OLCC is lame and has the most obnoxious liquor control laws, so they can start selling it in Seattle, so I can be in Seattle and drinking Fort George. I can't wait. So yeah, Chris and Jack, hurry up on that. I want beer in Seattle. I also am kind of obsessed with Oregon and the Pacific Northwest in general. I love it here. I don't ever want to live anywhere else. I mean, I have lived elsewhere. I've been nearly everywhere in this entire country. There's only 8 states I haven't been to. I love it here. I can't really pinpoint why. I mean, it's the trees, and it's the water and the mountains. I mean, it has to be more than just that. I can't tell you what exactly it is beyond that. And I'm finding while I'm living in Seattle that I'm missing Oregon. And I can't pinpoint why. Washington and Oregon are so very similar, but I miss Oregon. I love it here. It'll always be home. So yeah, that's what I fangirl about. This video is currently 17 minutes long, so this is going to be a fun one to edit down to 5 minutes. Au revoir. I hope you're not sick like I am. I'll see you next week.